I was just wondering about speaker bureaus. Uh, had
Mhm.
I've been in contact with one recently, and just wanted your thoughts on all of that, all things speaker bureau.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you my very limited knowledge of speaker bureaus. Maybe someone else is better fitted because I've never been represented by a speaker bureau. I've always been self-represented. I've had a few speaker bureaus reach out to me. I've spoken to a few people that work with speaker bureaus. Ultimately, this is my TLDR of my knowledge, and this is totally from the outside, not as someone who's experienced it. Typically, speaker bureaus like you if they don't have to do much work to book you, right? Meaning they've got inbound leads. They've got like, their company's going, we need Chris, get us Chris. Like that's what they really like. So if you can, prove to them like, hey, people want to book me, I'm in demand, it's going to be really easy for you to book me. It becomes easier for them to feel comfortable, right? Because you got to think about if I'm Washington Speakers Bureau and I've got 1,600 speakers on my list, why am I promoting you over someone else? Well, are you hot, or do you've got something that makes it easier? So that's number one. Number two, speaker bureaus are, this is a guess, unless I'm totally wrong. It was a very transactional communication with them. Are you available? What's your fee? Can we book you? Let us know. So one of the things, and I have spoken to speaker bureaus, I have spoken to agents, and one of the things that they've told me is be very quick to respond, be very easy to work with. So like if you do work with one and they email you and go, Chris, we got an opportunity for you in Atlanta on November 15th. Can you do it? Let them know yes or no right away, because if you don't, they've sent that email to like 7 other speakers on their roster. And if you delay even like a day or two, you may have already lost it to someone else. Now, speaker bureaus will take anywhere from 25 to 35% of all of your speaking engagements. Now, I reached out to a gentleman who's probably arguably the highest paid keynote speaker who regularly speaks in the country. And I asked him for his feedback and opinion, and he basically said this. In the beginning, when you're at that kind of like point where you're getting a lot of leads but not enough, and you're not in front of like the 25, 35, $40,000 audiences just yet, speaker bureaus are amazing because they get you in front of those higher speaker fees, because there are some organizations, they'll never book you if you're not a part of a speakers bureau. They just don't. They want the white glove service. So if you want to start getting those much higher fees, they're amazing. Then what becomes a little challenging is that over time, you actually don't need the speakers bureau anymore, right? Like you kind of needed them. Then when you're like crushing it because you got Talkadot, you've got the leads coming in, you just spoke at Accenture, and you've got like 12 different departments saying they want you to book, typically those bureaus will go, well, that's our business. Like you spoke at that event, give it to us, and then we'll go ahead and get it. Now, in the beginning, that's wonderful. And to me, it sounds like a wonderful relationship, but I can also understand how over time, it could be like, golly, you're just pretty much taking the order and you're getting 30%. Now, if you're making enough money off of the total fee, who cares? Win-win. Now, the last thing I'll say about it, and then I'll open it up. I did speak to another woman who is all in on speaker bureaus. And this is what she said is her philosophical approach. She's got like, I don't know what the number is, but she said 80% of her speaker deals, and she's a very high paid female speaker, comes from bureaus. But she's got not one exclusive relationship with a bureau. So she has all non-exclusive relationships. So she basically says, I've got like 50 people out there who are promoting me, actively putting stuff out. And because of that, 80% of my deal flow comes from bureaus. So what's great about that is she has a lot more free time to focus on content development, speaker demo videos, social media content, which sometimes when you're trying to book speaking engagements, that takes up all of your mental bandwidth on the biz dev side. So that is all the knowledge I have on bureaus. That may have been helpful or totally a waste of your time. I don't know. But I'm also open to open it up to anyone if you want to unmute yourself. If you work with bureaus, if you've had experience with them, maybe you run a bureau. I don't know all the people on this call. But that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear from anyone else if they might want to add.
I got one more question.
Mhm.
Because you just mentioned it and it made me think of it as well. A speaker reel. I just did one, and the bureau that I'm mentioning said, "I'm so glad you have this. We wouldn't be able to promote you if you don't have it."
Mhm.
Or, and so I just wondering like how important is that? Or
Super
have you
important.
seen?
A
Okay.
demo? A demo reel? Like
Yeah.
all by
Yeah.
all means, if you're a speaker and you don't have a demo reel, that's why you're not getting booked to speak.
Yep.
You know, it's like someone saying like, "Hey, could you watch my kids?" Sure. Can I see a picture of you? No. Yeah, no, you're not gonna watch my kids. You know, so a demo reel is the proof positive of your ability to speak. It's basically the trailer for your movie, right?
Gosh, I just thought my Talkadot results were the proof positive that I'm good at this. But
You know, you
that's the
the
real, huh?
demo video is undefeated. We all need a demo video. Now, I'd like to say if you add your Talkadot results on top of that, then you make it way your bureaus will love you.
That's what I'm doing because I'm going
Bureaus
to
will
show
love
them
you.
the reel. My thought was I can show them the reel and I can look good for 2 minutes or whatever on the video. But I also want to be like, hey, this talk landed really well for this group of people, and here's proof. So
And to me, because a lot of people, this is like the secret of the demo reels, or not the secret, the like not so hidden secret of the demo reels. I could make a lump of wood look interesting if I cut it up correctly, right? If I add enough like lens flares and, you know, transitions. So having actual data improved to be like, no, this is legit. Like it's not only good on the highlight reel, it's good on the reviews. That's kind of like, I like to use the movie analogy. Think of your demo video like your trailer, and think of your talk it out results kind of like the critics and the movie reviews and what people are saying about it. That's what gets people to actually move, because they're like, ooh, like the trailer was hot and people are talking about it. So it's like together, it's phenomenal.